everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Welcome. We have a lot of great content here for you guys today. We're going to kick it off with the State of CREtech Innovation by Jonathan Schultz. Let's welcome Jonathan Schultz, a seasoned real estate professional dedicated to innovation. We'll discuss his own experience with embracing technology and how it's revolutionizing the way his company does business today. Jonathan Schultz.
So, wow, I am so excited to be here. Beautiful Miami. The only thing that I wish would be changed is it would happen in January instead of today. But I love Miami any time of the year. Why? Because it's a real estate mecca. It's the perfect place to celebrate all things real estate. The transformation of this city into an international powerhouse in the real estate world has always been fascinating to me. From the redevelopment of South Beach to the rise of these mega office buildings for an international client base, which doesn't happen in many places. Last week I was in London and there was cranes everywhere, and actually on the way from the airport to here, I saw as many cranes as I did in London, which is, is an amazing thing. It means that the environment is healthy and things are happening. But right now there's a transformation going on in real estate that's actually a revolution. It's a revolution that's rocking the old world of real estate. Just as old South Beach was rocked years ago, the real estate visionaries saw the potential. I'm talking about a revolution that's all about technology and how we're creating a new world going forward. So I've used technology my entire life. Since I was 25 years old, I always wanted to gain an edge. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life to move forward in any business activity that I had. So I started out as a broker at a brokerage company working for the big guys. And I always wanted to go out on my own, so I endeavored to do that. And while I did that, I was always trying to figure out how am I going to be a difference maker. And the one thing that I had that was going for me was this big computer under my desk. It contained what I thought was going to be a difference maker for me to go against the bigger guys and show them that I could be on the same level as them. So what I did is I had to figure out how to get accurate information to actually compete against the other brokerage companies, and they had millions and millions of dollars of revenue to do proprietary research departments to give the information to their clients and let them be an asset to the customer. So I didn't have any of that. So what was great for me is in came CoStar. So CoStar at that point was my first disruptor. It was a listing service that actually technology brought to bear, which allowed me to compete and be on the same level as these other companies. Their secret sauce, which was their information, became irrelevant. It became all about now relationships. And the ability to access information became easier for everyone, and it wasn't just a proprietary thing. So for me, at that point, I was starting my business and doing well, and I started to scale at a rapid rate. And my market coverage was growing, so I was creating new offices around the tri-state area into the East Coast. And then what I started feeling was this silo effect. So to me, a silo effect is real estate's decentralized. So I'm in one place, and we have operations everywhere else. And it's so impossible to see what's going on and feel what's going on and get a pulse to grow your business. So the geography created this lack of communication and lack of collaboration. And inefficiencies became evident. So you know what I mean. I mean, you check this guy out, like email is what we all go through every day. It's not connected to anything. All we're doing is answering and being reactive to what's going on. And to me, that created actually a new kind of chaos. Even though we felt organized, it was actually making, at least for me, more unorganized. So I was sitting up all night answering emails, trying to keep up. And it was just a massive amount of information that I had to keep track of that felt very unorganized. And then you understand this, right? Excel. Excel was a great miracle, but it was just dead, uncollaborative documents. All it did was make us organized for the moment, but it was connected to nothing. And as an owner of a company that was quickly growing, email and spreadsheets just did not do it for me. The inefficiency became costly to me. So with real estate offices scattered around in siloed places, I had to figure out how to keep track of stuff, and it started, freaking me out. But that's the reason why we're here today, because technology has helped us grow, but it also has created a bit of a chaos. but the universe has felt our pain, okay? And today, here in Miami, technology and real estate will finally intersect in ways that will empower us instead of hinder us. Because today, we now understand how technology needs to work to be truly connected, collaborative, and people-focused. So over the past 3 years, we went out and we dissected our complete operation. Everything that a real estate company did, we looked at, and we put a best-in-class technology solution to it. And as a result of that, I literally could see way more than I ever could before. And it's unimaginable from 5 years ago to today where we sit. Finally, millions and millions of dollars are being put into real estate technology, and actually people are starting to adopt. And our industry has always been the last one to take any technology or growth movement compared to other industries. So we were finally able at our company to see data, trends, but along with our gut, make better strategic decisions. And because of this, we've been able to scale our company from, 4 to 11 states, 60 new people. And I do not think I would ever be able to handle that if we didn't have these tech products in place. Because finally, at least we could see what's going on. It allowed us to scale. However, these improvements only took us so far. So I started to notice that I was feeling better. We had these unbelievable solutions, but they still weren't talking to each other. There was still a big gap. And that's me, literally, okay? I had to try to figure out now, with everybody feeling better about where they were in their own little business division, but how are they going to communicate together to actually make a fully functioning, vibrant real estate company, right? I mean, we're all about data. We're all about service. We have to be able to deliver that, but if you can't communicate, it becomes difficult. So for me, it's like, how do we get to the next level? How do we de-silo our industry? How do we eliminate these gaps of the departments and the processes? We actually need to focus on real connectivity. So hear me out. Let me show you how this could look like. So I'm going to give you a little depiction of what I think should happen. Wouldn't it be amazing if the entire leasing process, from initial tour to lease execution, to construction, to tenant move-in was connected? How much more collaborative would that be if everybody knew what was going on during the entire process? I know at my company it's a challenge. It's like the accounting, who is 11th man on the deal team, last to know. If I want to get my rent, I need them to know and be part of the process, and it would be nice, much nicer if it ran more smoothly. So how about this? How cool would it be if you can invite everyone in to your portals? So all the transactions you did all day long, you were inviting people into your system. We right now have that for tenant work orders. We're having it for some leasing systems, but what about the rest of our organization? What if you were completely connected? Email would sort of go away, right? You would all be connected so you could collaborate, and I think it would get rid of a lot of the minutia, and people would be much more creative and less stressed in their jobs. So, we all have smartphones. So what if your smartphone actually became your partner? We have all the data, so why aren't we using it? So if our operational system with all the data is all connected with business information from our companies, why shouldn't it be in the trenches with us? How great would it be if you had management or construction management overruns and it alerted you before you did it? How many less issues would you have if before you paid your vendors or your bills, that it would alert you whether they were compliant, whether they had a COI or anything that you needed them to be in order to pay them? And bigger, what if your entire budget was governed by the system? So that anything you did all day, it would alert you whether you're on the right path, rather than the end of the month where you're doing all these variances. So if we have information and we use it correctly, it should take all the stress off remembering stuff we don't need to remember, and actually being way more creative in our job. And listen, I know me. I want to feel like I'm adding value. I want to feel like I'm helping people be better. And when you get stuck in the minutia, it becomes tough. And in our business, it's so heavily transaction-oriented that it takes your mind away from, I think, the creativity of what we could offer. So this one I love. So, because we're siloed, we have Facebook. I could find out where anybody is in the world today, right? I could talk to them, communicate with them. Why isn't this in business? Why isn't it if I don't go to a building, I check in, I have a team that I work on that building with, And I can maybe help them with things that they needed to get done that day that could give them more time to do other things and add value to the building. You know, what if I wanted to go pick up a lease and somebody else was there? What if I had to pick up a late rent payment and I could take care of it? What if somebody needed just to do an inspection on a space? We don't communicate daily like that in our business, and that's what we should be doing. We have all the tools to do it. And how much more collaborative would it be if we did it that way? So this one gets me. Since I've been talking about technology and getting into companies and trying to understand how they do it and, you know, collaborating with them, I ask, how many square feet do you have? And they look at me like I have 10 heads. Like how am I supposed to remember that? But if we have the data and it's all concentrated in the proper way, they should just be able to look it up on the phone. And again, why should we remember things that really just clog our brain up? We should be able to be as creative as possible at our jobs, and the information that is not necessary to remember, we should never have to remember. So this is a banking solution. We have hundreds and hundreds of bank accounts, and each bank has a cash management system. So my CFO carries around a bag of key fobs, right? Like he can't leave his office without this big bag, and it's a pain for him. What if all of the accounts could stream into the system and you could manage your balances, you can manage your check images, you can manage your financial information all in one place? The technology's there, we should just be able to do this. So if all your information is in one place, like we have Google, like we love Google, right? We want instant gratification. We want to get the information we need to live our lives. And we do that in the consumer world. And there's all sorts of apps to find out whatever you want as fast as you want it, from reservations at a restaurant to many other things. So if our companies actually had a platform that had all of our information all in one place, we should be able to Google anything, right? If I want to see what a lease looks like, I should be able to just put in the name of the tenant. It should pop up. I mean, the fact that we don't have this and we have to go to all different applications to find out information and waste our time is causing, I think, millions of dollars of man hours that are unnecessary. And it's just minutia. It's the downer of our jobs. So I have a dream that one day my team members will have one place to see everything on one screen, that they'll have real-time visibility. I mean, I have a dream that my company can eliminate the minutia out of their work lives, work better, smarter, and be more creative and innovative. I have a dream that there'll be one place with one login, with one password. And the truth is, we got so frustrated that we actually did it. So we took 4 years and put together a system that our company actually works from right now that has made everybody at the company happier. They're on the train of tech now. They've adopted. They come to work really actually wanting to create change and not just be stuck in their job. And for me, I love our industry. So because I love it, I have a bigger dream. I mean, I really would like our industry to be enabled and have these connections for us so that we can all have greater efficiency and do what we do best, which is develop, transform the landscape of all our communities that we work in. So my entire career has been about building connections through relationships, through growing my company, and using technology. So imagine our industry, the one that built the ancient cathedrals years ago, right? So through technology solutions, why can't we be the next creative horizon? So I think if we all band together and we build it, it'll come. But it's going to take everybody to actually understand and not be afraid of change. So thank you for having me.